October 6th of 2012, my daughter was murdered along with her friend Khalil Gibson, and she was shot with 3 other females in a car. She was murdered on that date in front of her crib after she celebrated her son's 4th birthday party at Millennium Skating Ring in Camden, New Jersey.
That's where my niggas at. Taught me how to keep raw. Forget the opportunities. I'd rather play the street more. Like
the streets basically told me that my daughter was murdered. She got shot in the head by a guy with a mask and some gloves, latex gloves. He jumps in the car. He shoots her in the head after she begged for her life. He jumps in the car. He pushes her into her girlfriend's lap, and he takes off with the car. And one of the girls jumped out the car, which, from what was being said, that he basically hit the car in reverse and tried to give chase to her. But apparently he must have jumped out, ran past the firehouse. He pretty much ran past a camera. So he has the back view. He was running through a field, but they do have a shot of him, but only from the back as he's running away. You know, they promise all that, well, we're gonna do what we can do to basically solve this crime. It's horrendous crime that we're gonna solve. You know how they talk, that lingo. Apparently, if you don't have no witnesses, credible witnesses, or, you know, what can you solve? Especially if a person was wearing a mask and some latex gloves, you have no forensic evidence. The testimony of the 2 or the 3 surviving females is pretty much, their stories differ in certain ways, so, you know, the credibility is shot right there. You wouldn't even be able to get a conviction with just those 3 alone. You would need forensic to basically close this case.
Was a blessing from God. Played the hand that I was dealt, so I was destined for balls. Just a
you know, I didn't know what to do. I pretty much said, well, let me put reward posters up. I basically went down to the Citizen Crime Commission, and you know, they told me that I had to post a reward. So, you know, basically I had a lawyer write me a check, and, you know, I gave it to him that Friday prior to her funeral. And the guy basically there, I think the vice president, he typed up something. He went onto her Facebook page and pulled a photo of her and her son, but I just so happened to be in the photo shot with them. I guess he was trying to gain sympathy from, you know, the audience that sees that, oh, this young mother was murdered and she had a child. That was one of the things that pretty much got done. The reward posters, you know, like I stated, I put them things all over Camden, in every area that I think that people will congregate. In front of churches, schools, parks, in front of their speed line, their transportation center. That's one of the things to try to keep the case relevant. The news did what they did for maybe 3 days. You can't rehatch old news. You know, news is pretty much on TV one day and it's going the next. So I pretty much, when I went to Atlanta, came up with this idea that, through a friend, of course, to put a mixtape together.
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, it's that!
Your boy is back, got him like, oh shit. Your new raps ain't even fucking with my old shit. I could turn your bitch to a trick, hocus pocus. And all I do is talk shit, halitosis. You can catch me on the counter.
And that's when I started contacting certain artists to see if, you know, if we could put something together to keep her name relevant. But the first person that was on deck was a gentleman by the name of Mir from out southwest, but apparently when I came around to it, he was already, he got locked up on some meatball case, but that's what basically set things back. And then, you know, I approached another artist by the name of K-Dot, the Showstopper.
And now I put it to a nigga chest, have his mom mourning in the spittle, doc screaming, check, check.
Once I got K-Dot, some people from upstate knew K-Dot. A lot of people knew K-Dot. I didn't know who he was. Basically, how K-Dot came into the picture is that Jewel was basically, you know, trying to be inspired to be a hip hop artist herself. She just so happened to have certain people's music. she had Mears Music, she had Cicero, she had French Montana, and she just happened to have K-Dots.
I got my ring all red. See, I'm a double head of all of you knuckleheads. I Ric Flair, a nigga, I don't knuckle fair. How can I relax? I'm like a cold sore, bitch. I'm always coming back. Bitch, I'm always coming back.
Once I got K-Dot, it already opened the floodgates. It got South Philly Sheed, Ricky Scarfo, Santos, Isis the Savior, the Bull, D.NA, the Bull JRO, who I believe he got signed. High Speed, High Def, who did a video called Made in America that made the, whose video was made video of the year. I don't want to miss nobody. I got a City Council who's been around since forever. And then if I'm missing anybody, but I got a whole host of individuals. State Store, Syph the Dawn, he was pretty much doing his thing over in Europe and Canada. Old school rapper. And then I even got Gilly the Kid that basically, you know, shoot some props out at the end of one of the videos. So that's pretty much rounds it off.
Fucking become a collateral damage, man. Niggas picking up guns ain't for protection, nigga. Guns is the fucking kill, nigga. I know what it's like, fucking slug. Bitches with guns, senseless shit. D.NA, shit crazy. This world is fucked up, and it's getting more fucked up by the minute. Motherfucker, we ain't statistics no more, nigga. We set records like Guinness. Cause either we dying or we killing each other. Ignorant, oblivious motherfuckers got a deadbeat dad and a single mother, nigga. So comfortable living in the good eye.
Well, the second volume, the reason why I wanted to do a second volume is, I didn't want to do a second volume, it's just basically so many people then basically emailed me their music. You know, I only had room for 27 songs. Like I said, once K-Dot kicked it off, it's pretty much his network of people and him hitting Twitter up. Then other people wanted to jump on so many people I can't even name, but I had so much music left over that I said, you know what, I'm not gonna let this good music go to waste. I'm basically gonna put it on a second album. I mean, the second mixtape. But you know, Cicero did a hot track. He did 3 hot tracks. So I just said, yo, why waste his music? You know, Cicero was that bull back in the day. If anybody remembers him from the battle rap ages, the underground rap, Cicero was a monster when he was with the Bull the Game. So I pretty much said, yo, you know what? Let me do a second one. I had enough music for a third one, but you know, I didn't want to drag it out, just drag this process out, because the first one was exhausting and it was time consuming. And from June 17th to Labor Day, I had to get all those songs done, recorded, plus videos. I mean, it was maybe 20-something videos in a short period of span before the rally and her memorial, which was in October.
Coming to terminate you, John Connor. YouTube it. So I know the cops are viewing this. Take that machete, turn the pigs into bacon, bitch. Transform into a cannon. Megatron, gobble up your whole world. Unicron, kids try to avenge your death. Columbine, deep like Al Qaeda, bring jihad like the Taliban. Coming at you like God gave me the strength to avenge Jesus' death. Use that same power to avenge my daughter Jewel Manire's death. I don't even have to say no more.
She was always putting people before her. That's why she got the bad end of the stick. And this is one of those situations where what led up to her murder, quote unquote, what they're saying is that you know, this was over her girlfriend. So, with that saying that is that, again, she put people before herself all the time. She had a good personality. She was a good person, but you know, ultimately, I think that pretty much costed her life.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Yeah.
Every lifetime is a lesson. This is what I find.
If she was still alive, she'd probably be with her son, you know, nurturing him, bringing him, you know, raising him up. You know, that was her her love right there. You know, not saying that she totally loved children, but she had her own child. So she, as far as she was a great mother. Great mother.
Rest in peace to Jews. It felt like I knew her. Life get real, but it
they shockingly, they allowed me, the Undertaker or whoever, the coroner, allowed me to view her. And this is when I found out that she was pregnant. What came over me was a shock that just, I can't even begin to explain. So, to say an eye for an eye, man, words can't even explain if I ever find this person that did this to her.
Hey Meech, I'm sorry for the loss of your daughter. Words can't describe my nigga, I got a daughter. What we gotta do is around here to get some service. Our brothers and sisters getting murdered every day in these streets, man. But they don't do nothing. All they wanna do is close the case and point fingers.
I mean,
we ain't saying no names.
It's 25 G's out there, and I know this is Camden. People broke over there. Shoot, if I knew, I'd basically probably be trying to get that money. And I'm not even gonna say I'm a snitch, you know. But in this situation, you know, you don't have to tell the police. There's too many family members of hers and other people that was involved that all you gotta do is just give the facts and the situation to get dealt with. You know, I'm not saying, oh, let's hold court in the street. I'm not advocating that. But an eye for an eye, man, that's at 25 grand. I'm biting for that. I'm gonna get that.
I couldn't do nothing but smoke a couple blunts. Don't worry, we gonna put the message through. And this a rest in peace to you.
Another issue that I had, and you know, me and Diamond, we clash heads on this because she dealt with one of the girls in the car father. So, you know, Diamond was, you know, saying, you know, going around saying that was Jewel's sister. You know, that was a big misconception. You know, that wasn't Jewel's sister. You know, blood is thicker than water. That girl was just a friend. And I have nothing against her, nor did I have anything against her father. But the one thing that I know, me and him spoke, you know, he could have basically said, you know, me and you can put our heads together and try to get this situation taken care of or solved or anything like that. No, this guy wants to butt heads because all of a sudden Diamond's talking to me again, which was the craziest shit that I couldn't even understand. Like, this guy cares more about dealing with this woman than basically about, you know, let's see if we can get this thing squashed. You know, and stuff like that. I basically said, you know, this guy really doesn't know me. He doesn't know my background. He knows what he's been told. And I'm a grieving father. And as far as I'm concerned, when you and I questioned him, why would you tell your daughter not to cooperate with authorities? Now, he gave me some excuse. Now, I understand, but if it was the other way around, and if that was his daughter getting murdered and Jewel was survived, you would have been all over Diamond telling her, yo, you better, you know, whatever. You know, threatening to basically get that thing solved. But, you know, again, this is where I go back and reiterate that Jewel caught the bat end of the stick. And Diamond doesn't even realize that, you know, you got to cut ties with a lot of people because you don't know what any one of those individuals in that car could be saying, could have done, that could have brought this down on all of them altogether. And when I look at people not being cooperating and the stories conflict, I look at them as suspects after the fact.
And I ain't rich, I'm trying to hustle till I'm wealthy. And if I die, at least a couple real niggas felt me. I started from the bottom, where I'm from, they ain't boxing. And when you getting money, broke niggas start plotting.
You know, I'm not optimistic. I don't think this case will be closed. You know, no one will be brought to justice unless somebody gets himself in a big jam that did something, that knows something about it, that said, oh, I need to get myself out of there, I am going to snitch. That's the only way that's going to come about. Other than that, man, them officers, man, they all they're doing is collecting their little paychecks. And moving forward, they're trying to keep the city safe so far. But as far as cold cases, nah, that's a done deal. My daughter just got caught in a bad era. And it's a shame that it had to go down. It's a shame that so many people had to spend so much time, so much energy, and so much resources when the police department and the prosecutor's office should be doing that. I have nothing good to say about them.
South Philly shit, you can tell I'm a fly. That's why my name buzzing in every high school. I got bars like the cell homes that Mac can touch your nigga screaming. I ain't talk about no cell phone, and I ain't done to the mic drop. I ain't a killer, but my youngest, they got choppers like a bike.